everybody. Today I am doing my first ever NFL playoff bracket of this year. So here's what I have right now. I am watching the Lions game, and I do believe the Lions are going to win. So I have the Lions as the number one seed on the NFC, which you'll see in a few minutes. But as of right now, this is the bracket for the AFC, and it's gonna stay like that because nothing's moved. Okay, so on my main channel, I did this with cards, but I didn't do it with an actual bracket. So here's my intake. What I actually think is gonna happen. I do think the Chargers are gonna be the Texans, but it's gonna be sort of close. So they're gonna face the Chiefs. The Ravens and the Steelers, that's gonna be somewhat close, but I have the Ravens coming out on top. Broncos, I'm sorry, I love you guys, but I don't think it's not gonna be close. I think the Bills are gonna go on top. Chiefs and Chargers. Now this is where it's gonna get controversial, but you'll see why in a minute. I actually have the Chargers winning, but again, it's going to be pretty close. Why? The defense for the Chiefs has sucked, and that's no offense to the Chiefs. No offense. Y'all's defense have just been pretty terrible over these past few weeks. Now the Ravens and Bills, a good battle. The 3-2. I'm actually thinking this is going to go into overtime, but I think the Bills are going to come out on top. And Bills and Chargers. I have the Bills coming out on top. So, here's who I got for the AFC. Obviously, I could get some wrong. I'll come back to this bracket during playoffs. I'll see which ones I get right. And now we go to the NFC. Here is what I have. Obviously, nothing changes. But I'm going to start with Vikings Rams, and I'm obviously going to select the Vikings to win. But I do think it's going to be close. 19-point difference, probably going to be close. Bucks and Commanders, this is where I'm going to defer from the higher seed winning, like I said, with the Chiefs and Chargers. But I have the Commanders winning this one. Actually, let me change the score. Perfect. Here's what I have. 35 to 20, Commanders on top. And Packers and Eagles, I'm sorry to my history teacher if you watch this, but I don't think it's going to be a fair right for the Packers. I think the Eagles come out on top. They have been known to surprise people, though. Now it's a good old rematch of Lions and Vikings. They've already beaten them twice, and I think they're going to do it again. But I do think it's actually going to be pretty close. 45 to 32, Lions win. This one, I think the Eagles have, yeah, they did, and I think they won. No, they won one and lost one, so they're 1-1 against them. But I do think the Eagles will win, but I think it's gonna go to overtime. Reason being is because the Commanders have shown very good signs of winning over these past few weeks, and I do think I really hope I'm correct. The Lions will go to the Super Bowl, and that just leaves us with one. And that just leaves us with one question. Who is going to win the Super Bowl? I am going to take a lot of heat for this. Maybe not. Maybe I will. But I have I think it's going to be a very high scoring game, but I think the Bills are your Super Bowl champions. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good night, and remember, let Christ in your heart.